So this is feather finish.
Yeah.
So what we do is we add water first. Always add water first to the bucket.
That's Lucozade.
Well, it's a Lucozade bowl filled with water. So what we do is we tip the water in. So you don't need a lot of water. So in this instance I'm going to put about half the bowl to 3/4 of the bottle in. Don't mix too much off because it's very expensive, it's £50 a bag and basically it goes off of it and then you've had it, you've got to throw it away and use some more. So try not to mix too much at once. So then what we do is we get our big trowel, which is up here, and then we get our full finish. And then we slowly add it to the bucket. Like so. What I'll do in the first instance is we'll mix this up a bit. So as you can see, that's the bit, there's not enough water in that, so what we're going to do is we'll add a bit more water. Not that much. That's near enough the full bottle. Until we get a consistency it's a little bit like a slurry mix.
Yes, looks very wet.
So I like it to be a little bit extra wet, but not too wet, because otherwise you can't move it about. And what happens, it weakens the feather finish.
Okay.
If the feather finish is weakened, then you have to add more coats to it, because it sinks. If you've got any joints, there's got slight gaps in. What happens is the feather finish will sink into it when it dries. So you need to add another coat, and then another coat, and another coat. So in this instance, this is quite wet. I always make the first coat quite wet because it tends to drag a little bit. So what we do then is just get our feather onto our trowel, put it onto the floor. And then what we do is take the trowel, spread it out like that. Give it a hammer, Steve. Sometimes you get little pinheads from the gun that are exposed, so you can see it's like a clicking sound. There's a clicking sound now. So that's a pin. Just give it a tap. And then tip the sound again. Oh, we got another one. Basically come around. This is probably going to need 2 coats, this. Fill up because the floor is in quite a bad condition.
It looks like a little bit goes a long way.
Yeah, it does. It does go quite far.
Yeah.
So what happens then, when this dries, it will turn like a concretey colour, like a light concretey colour.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll get a rubbing down machine on it, or you can use a stone, carbon stone, which will there's quite a lot of ventilation in this floor, so this is what bouncing about. Steve, give me a couple of ring shades. Across the back of it.
If I was doing this, what would I use? Just sandpaper?
So you can use anything really. You can use sandpaper if you want it. I mean, it's a bit harder work.
Yeah.
So you can get carbon understones. They're made by Jansa or Yansa. or sandpaper on a like a handle, you know what you can get to rub the floor.
Yeah.
Or you can get a Dixie. Obviously, if you're not a professional floor layer, you ain't gonna want to spend £600 or £700 out on a.
I wouldn't have
floor
thought so,
sand
not
machine.
for one floor, no.
And that's basically it. So what we'll do is once we've covered this whole area, we'll let it dry. Then we may need to go over it again. We'll give it a quick rub. May need to go over it again, but we'll see how this looks once it's dry.
And how long would you think you'd need? It's only thin, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hours?
this will probably take maybe an hour to go off, to
Okay.
maybe an hour and a half. Maybe a little bit longer, just depending how much variation is. There's a bit more variation in the hallway,
Yeah.
so it might be a bit deeper.
Oh, I'm with it.
But what you can do, when it starts to go off, you can get the hot air going, and
Yeah.
then basically that can help it dry out quite quicker.
That's a good tip.
That's pretty much it. So, get in here.
So I can see I'm going to be in the way in a minute. I'm going to leave it there and I'll pick this up again in a minute.
Okay, mate.